I promise you this is so far from anything that you've ever been to.
And now.
All right, myth number 5, work-life balance isn't possible in real estate. So this is kind of a recurring theme here. There's a little overlap here, but we'll hear from another case study. But the problem is most agents believe that you can't give up evenings and weekends and still be successful in real estate, right? It's like any agent you know, or anyone that knows a real estate agent, they just think, man, that's a tough business, right? You're always working evenings and weekends. So let's talk some solutions. You have to set boundaries in your business. Whatever you think is important is not that important. Number 2, you really have to work hard to be present in everything you do. So during the day, you have to kick ass in your real estate business and be present and be thinking about impact and dollar productive activity and being there with your agents or your clients and really serving during the time you commit to your business. You have to really just be there and sort of really work hard, right? And then when you go home, when you transition to your home life, you have to work on being present in your home life. Number 3, you have to maintain, sort of along the same lines, maintain laser focus during the day and just know that you can't bring it home. You have to leave it at work. If you want to have a love-filled home and a home that your spouse truly trusts that you're present and engaged in the home and with the children, you can't bring it home. And if you think your spouse is okay with you, being there for an hour and checking some voicemails or emails on your phone, and then you work after dinner and then you have your laptop open in bed, I promise you that is ruining that relationship. And over time, that relationship is crumbling. 4, your family doesn't want another sale. They just want you. A mindset thing, right? So realizing that your family doesn't want you to sell another home, that they just want you. All right, we're going to hear from Justin Udy. Really, Justin has a place in my heart because he's really made some huge strides in this area about work life. In real estate since 2006, he did well, made good money, but he was always maxed out and stressed. His family was suffering, 2 children and a wife that he missed, and like I said, just really mentally taking a toll on him mentally. Came to real estate B school wanting to continue growth, but not have to give more time to his business. And he says that after 9 years of the grind, he's now putting his family first and making his personal goals a priority. So he was always real good about putting his professional life first and thinking that that's what his family wanted him to do, and it's not the truth, right? I said it on the slide earlier. They don't want another sale; they just want you. So let's hear from Justin.
The biggest problem I was running into is I was sacrificing my family for the time that I was putting into real estate, and I was really trying to come up with a conclusion because I'm just like, I've either got to figure out a better way, or I have to get out of business. Like it's just not serving my family. And that was really important to me. And I literally was like praying in my heart, like figure out what in the world I was going to do. And Lars actually sat next to me. So one of the big things is like, which was totally opposite of like the normal coaching is he's like, I don't care if you do any more production. Like you've got to get your family in line, and you've got to make sure you're getting home. You can't be rolling home at 8 o'clock every night and expect to have this amazing relationship with your family and your wife and your kids. And normally I'm coaching so that I can make more money and do better, but he made me think of things a little bit differently. And that was, and the truth is like that hit home because I was like, that is where I want to be. And, I'll be honest with me, even 9 months later, I still struggle, but things are better in the fact that, one, just little things by me not taking phone calls anymore. I removed my number from the multiple listing service. These little teeny tiny things allowed me to leave and be present with my family. I changed my voicemail to be able to be okay with not taking phone calls, after that 6, 7 o'clock time frame. And so for me personally, it allowed me to get more present with my family. It allowed me to be, I do feel like I've done more transactions this year. So I think I've closed 82. We're on track for 96 that we have under contract. So I'm doing more business, but I don't feel as heavy and stressed like I was this time last. Even like this Saturday, and like I don't mean to get like choked up, but you got to realize like it's been 9 years of being anchored to your phone or to really saying I got to get this next deal. But like even just like the Saturday, just me, I went with my little 6-year-old girl, and just me and her went to an indoor pool, and then we went out and ate together. Like I would never have before been comfortable with leaving my phone an entire Saturday with as many listings as we have. And so it's just really being able to be present with your family and having some of those moments where before I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have felt comfortable with it because nobody else I've ever known was able to do that. Until you like literally hear somebody do it, it's almost like it shifts that paradigm. It shifts how you look at things, where it makes things that you thought were like it's impossible for somebody to duplicate what I'm doing, and in reality, like there's a way to do it. I always thought of putting goals together and where you want to be and sacrificing the other things. And one of the big things that I have learned is like you design the personal life you want to have, and then design those goals around it, and you can make that happen. And even to this day, like I say it to you, and it almost still is hard for me to like even think that that's possible, but in putting it the way that he has implemented it, like you can't sacrifice those things. I think things that he's gone over with me, and he's been hard on me too. Like he's told me like flat out, like, what are you doing? Like you gotta stop doing that. And I really appreciate a coach calling me out on that stuff. Every time it's really good to sit down, and I think what Lars has done really good is help us just really make us think about our business. And you don't just think 3 and 6 months ahead, but now you're thinking 3 months, 6 months, a year ahead, 2 years, 5 years, and you're starting trying to think things. And it's interesting over the last, basically year and a half, of how much that year and a half, how when I've written down those goals from a year and a half ago, like literally they have hit those now. So it is interesting to see that dynamic. And I've been really thankful for it.